welcome. Thanks for stopping by today. We're going to talk a little more about liposuction, fat transfer, BBLs. Uh, but my big deal right now, I'm trying to help these individuals, these larger individuals, get rid of that front of your belly, that belly that's hanging down, restricting you, embarrassing you, uh, making it so you can't buy clothes properly, causes issues with hygiene. These are the people we're trying to help. But obviously, if you have fat, we can help you. It's My Shape Lipo, we suck fat out of pretty much anywhere. We don't have any BMI restrictions. We are welcoming larger individuals. As you guys jump on here on Facebook, if you could hit the share button, I'd appreciate it. On Instagram, if you know any friends or family, anybody that might be might have this big belly that they're looking to get rid of, turn them on to me. Just point them in my direction, let them do their own research. I think it's something that we talk about, paying forward and giving back. And, as an individual who has, stumbled across this page and you've come across and seen some of the potential things that are possible for people this size, you might realize that there's not a lot of help for them out there, and they're being turned away from many other places, and it can get this sense of hopelessness and depressive state. And those are the people that I really want to help. I want to make a difference, trying to make an impact on their life. What's up, Rebecca? Merry Christmas. Appreciate all your help. What's up, Angelica, Jean, Christina, Brenda? I appreciate each one of you for jumping on today. I know it's coming up in the holidays. Everybody's busy doing stuff. I thought we'd start a little bit early today. Hopefully, allow for other people to get on. But if you have any questions, we're looking to make these big changes in individuals, and I'm trying to capture people right at that point in time when they're so sick of the way things are, and you're ready to change. And when you're right at that cusp, right at that point when you've tried other things, and you're not getting the success that you want, and you're motivated, but you're not really sure how to start. Liposuction has been this, I refer to it like a catalyst, like in chemistry, when you add one special chemical and it makes everything just, actions take place. So liposuction seems to be that catalyst in many individuals' lives, where you may have tried other things, you may have tried dietary changes, you may have tried to be more active, whatever the case, and those things haven't necessarily worked for you. So what we do with the liposuction is we physically remove the fat cells, and visually it gives you this, shall we say, a reward for your efforts, reward for your sacrifice, and you see that fairly quickly. Now, once you see those quick changes in your body, it gets more exciting for you, because you realize that you are quite a bit closer to your goals than you were before. And now it's important to continue to go down that path of improvement and continue to get better, and almost as if you're protecting your investment in yourself. So once you start investing in yourself and you do it for long enough, whether that's putting more time into yourself, whether it's putting more effort, whether it's having the discipline to follow the rules that you set for yourself and follow the disciplines that you set for yourself, but you're investing in yourself. And liposuction is just this one more investment in yourself, that once you get up to this certain level, you start to feel like you don't want to slide back. And that's where we need you to be. You need to get to that point where you feel like you've worked so hard to get to where you are that you don't want to slide back. So now you got to keep putting effort in moving forward. And if you can keep putting effort into moving forward, you can continue to advance and grow and improve your life, and live your best life. And that's what we're all trying to do, right? We're trying to live our best lives now. And stop saying, I'll do it in 5 years or 10 years, because that shit never happens. Stop putting it off. Stop saying, I'll do it next year. I have to do this first, and this, do what you got to do, but start acting now, and you'll start getting what you want. Most people, they talk about what they want. Many don't even actually define details of what they want, but the people who ask for what they want out of life, they typically will get it. And so if you're a motivated individual, or you lack motivation and you're trying to get motivated, it's time for you to start connecting with other individuals who perhaps have a higher level of motivation and inspiration for you than you, and they will help you rise. If you haven't joined our private Facebook group, make sure you jump on the private Facebook group. We have all these pictures you're seeing behind me are real individuals that are posting their real pictures. So join the private Facebook group, join the community, and be part of the people that are helping to push the whole group forward. When you get that weakness, and we all do, right? When it's like you're feeling tired, and you want to just relax and give in to your desires, shall we say. And it's easy to make poor choices, but when you have people around you, your loved ones, or other individuals who are trying to do the same thing as you, whether that's live a healthier lifestyle, lose weight, look better, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you have people around you that are trying to do the same thing, it's way easier. It's way easier. You inspire each other and you hold each other accountable. So having others around you that hold you accountable is a huge part of your success. When you have no one to say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, you're going to do it, and you're not going to hold yourself accountable. Some people are able to hold themselves accountable, but many people need that little external assistance, and sometimes just having that external assistance is enough to push you over the edge to where you're able to succeed and do the things that you want to do. Okay, Hudson family, yes, I can see your comment. You guys aren't very active today. Not very many questions. What do you guys want to know? We have any new people on board here? Or?
Yeah, that's what we should do. Whoever's new, just type in new, so we'll know.
If you got a new, just raise your hand or something. Right. I think that Facebook is. I heard someone saying that they will not post all the comments for some reason. I don't know. I think Rebecca was saying something.
Yeah.
It's weird. Shanta says she wants it done so bad. I'm ready to lose this belly fat. I want 360. 360 is amazing. I love it. Hey, what's up, Shanta? That was you. Yeah, so that's you made your comment on YouTube, and I did see that. I hear you, Rebecca. I figured, this would be maybe not a good time for some people, but I was hoping that the people that, later in the day was not a good time. Maybe we'll just try a little bit different time and see what we get out of it. But, if it's not successful and we don't get the crowds, then we'll switch times again, right? Gotta stay flexible. What's up, Moon? So, we've had a lot of patients recently, and again, I'm just going to kind of reiterate this, that when you're trying to make choices on what to do, whether to get liposuction, whether to get a tummy tuck, whether to get one of these weight loss surgeries, there's a lot of information out there, and unless you have friends or family or someone who has had these procedures, it can be really complicated, and there doesn't seem to be enough like written information to help you make the proper decision. So I know maybe it's difficult for you to get in touch with educated individuals that can help guide you in the right direction. So because of that, I realized that it's important that you have someone that you can talk to. So we created our private Facebook group so that our previous patients could go on there and share in a private situation. They can share their experience and share their their journey along the way, because when you get a lot of these people together, it's kind of cool how this works out, is that the individuals that have had the procedures perhaps years ago are there to share their wisdom with the new people who are just having the procedure, and going through the process. And because it's a process, it's not an overnight thing, it's a longer process. So When we have these individuals coming back, it's like alumni coming back and helping those new students in the school here, and we're trying to learn how to advance and grow beyond this physical change. Because if you only do the physical change and you don't change your mental, then you end up being stuck in the same situation. Because the truth is your happiness it resides in your mind. And so when you start thinking that your happiness is something that is outside of you, it becomes elusive, meaning you're chasing your happiness. But the truth is the happiness resides within your mind. And if you can cultivate that happiness, then you can be happy no matter what. And that's the ultimate goal here. Now, when you become happier with yourself, you become more motivated, and you feel like more likely that you want to do things. So being part of the group helps you guys kind of like team up and come together to help one another. And even if it's like giving ideas, like this is the kind of foods that I'm eating, the dietary choices that I'm making, the type of exercises that I'm doing, even just those simple ideas will spark an idea in someone else and give them the thought that maybe they can do something differently. It's funny. It's both Facebook and Instagram they are encouraging me to bring everyone on camera. So you see this picture here. This is a really cool picture. I see so many different types of people and body types that I've been able to, educate myself through experience and try and figure out ways to help each individual. And as I experience different people, different body types, different issues, it allows me to hone my skills and improve the techniques that I've done to get the results that we're getting. And you're seeing, the pictures that you're seeing now are from years and years of trial and error and working on so many different people in order to accomplish what we were able to accomplish now. When you look at other doctors, that you may see their before and afters, and they don't look as impressive. And part of the reason that is just it's a sheer lack of volume. I've done so many of these procedures that the experience that I've gotten from doing them has allowed me to bypass some of the common mistakes that other doctors make in doing these procedures. And it's something that it's hard for me to put a finger on it, but a lot of the things that I do are habit based, and I tend to do the same techniques over and over and over, and it gets to the point where when I'm not thinking is when I work the best. So what that means is that my mind goes into this, it's like on autopilot, and it's just reproduce. I just do the same things that I did in the past, which is good because I get reliable, consistent results. However, in some ways it kind of feels like Groundhog Day. I'm doing the same thing over and over. But I'm able to help a lot of people, and that's really what my energy is focused on, and really changing individuals' lives and helping them to transform and transcend their fears and their misconceptions in their mind of who they really are. So if we can help just a few people to change the way that they think about themselves by changing their physical body, then I think that it will help to then further impact other people. So I'm just trying to make a difference in this world, do good things. This is the way I've chosen to do it. And I want to help people like you get rid of that belly. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. Man, it's like you guys all must be working. I guess that's a good sign, right? It pisses me off when my employees are on their phone all day long. So I appreciate that you guys are working hard and sticking to it. But for those of you watching in the replay, obviously you can ask any questions here. We do these lives quite often. 2 or 3 times a week is what we've been doing recently. And you can ask any questions you want. And these pictures that you see behind us, they're to the point where I'm blown away that this stuff's even possible, because I do this stuff myself, and with the help of Kale and the rest of our team. But in being able to play a part in the changing of these people's lives, and to go from being heavy set to being significantly smaller and having curves and shape and changing people's confidence level, it's really gratifying for me. And I know that other individuals like Rebecca who have gotten involved in helping other people, it warms your heart to realize that we have the ability to play a role in improving and changing people's lives. It's pretty fun. So Maria asked if we could please explain the 360 lipo, or what is 360 lipo. So 360 lipo is simply a term. It's a word that we use to describe liposuction all the way around the waistline. So 360 degrees around the waistline is where the term came from. However, for each individual, it's going to be a little bit different what is needed. Obviously, you see there's so many different body types, large and small. So we have to determine on your body type what's the right way of approaching it. On larger individuals, those of you who are getting turned down for BMI restrictions at other places, we don't have BMI restrictions. However, the rules are a little bit different for us, and the way that I've chosen to attack these larger individuals is to instead of trying to do the whole 360 and being limited by the amount of fat, we try to isolate and maximize the amount of fat out of the front of the abdomen first, and then come back and do the sides and the back for the second procedure. And this way we're able to maximize the amount of fat we get out and make these huge dramatic changes. And I'm assuming huge dramatic change is what you guys want. So that's what we're going after, and that's what we've been trying to do. Okay, Danny says, I love that you love helping others feel confident and beautiful. I love doing that as well. I'm just not as awesome as you. I just encourage via social media and share my journey. So keep being awesome and changing lives. That's awesome, Danny. I'm doing what I can do. We all have our own roles in this world, and you got to find out where your role is. And the funny thing is that it may not be what you thought it was going to be. Believe me, when I was in school, when I was a kid, growing up playing soccer and an athlete, I had no idea, no intention whatsoever to be doing liposuction. Not a thought in my mind. In fact, when I first started doing liposuction, I didn't even know what it was. I was in a bad place personally. I had been laid off in a position that I really enjoyed being at, but it wasn't working out. So I'd been laid off, and I was struggling mentally and financially. My wife was pregnant at the time, and I needed something. But the crazy thing that I realize now is that if I didn't have all those bad things that were happening at that time, and they didn't all compile at the same time, I wouldn't have had the motivation to get out and do something different. And if I wasn't motivated to do something different, then I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be able to help as many people as I'm helping today. So my willingness to step out of my comfort zone is really what you have to thank for me to be able to help you guys today. So the reason why I tell that story is because I think it's important for you to understand that the ways that you're going to be able to change this world are not necessarily what you think they are. And so when you find the opportunities to help and give, then you have to take those opportunities and give whatever you can give. And so in the situation when I talk about our previous patients, jumping back on here and giving back and paying it forward, you just do what you can. And what you can is sharing your experience and trying to be helpful to other individuals that are trying to also change their life. And helpful, and not just, I do the liposuction, right? So you don't have to, it's not about selling people on this stuff. It's about helping them to change their life. And I want to have the full package to where people are able to change every aspect of their life and be motivated to change every aspect of their life. And liposuction is it's a facilitator. It helps push you to that next level, whatever that next level is for you. And everybody will have a little bit different path. Some individuals are getting tummy tucks previously. Some individuals are getting, weight loss surgeries. And, you have to find whatever makes sense for you. And maybe this community, maybe I'm the one to inspire. Maybe I said some words that really connected with you and pushed you to that next level. But whatever it is, you have to be inspired. You have to be, you know, I guess even carried to this next level and whatever that is. But a lot of this, it starts with a simple decision. You have to make a decision that you want to help others. You have to make a decision that you want to help yourself. And the thing that I learned is that the best way that you can help others is by helping yourself, because there's no credibility to someone who speaks and doesn't live by their words. So if I were to come on here and talk about all these dietary changes and motivations and disciplines, if I were to come on here and talk about that, but yet I was 300 pounds and didn't live by anything that I was teaching, then it wouldn't carry much weight and you guys wouldn't really believe anything that I'm saying. But that's not the case, because I live by what I speak. And, to me, it's as the words come out of my mouth, those are the words that are holding me accountable. And in the same respect, when you start helping other individuals who are looking to, change their life, when you start helping and sharing with them the ways that you change your life, it'll hold you accountable. And that holding you accountable is one of those things that helps you get over the bumps. Those things that stop you, that when you get tired and you just don't want to do this anymore, and it's like it feels like you're working hard and you're not seeing results, or you're at some plateau. You got to have something to push you over those bumps, those things that those like stop signs that are like, I can't do this anymore. Having someone there be like, hey, I was in the same boat. Same thing happened to me. I got depressed and I struggled. I went back a few steps, but then I came plowing forward, and we accomplished the goals that we were looking. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Now, I can tell you that from my experience, the way to make huge life-changing transformations is done through disciplines and habits. So the first thing is identifying your bad habits and start trying to eliminate those. And so bad habits might be drinking soda or eating sugar or eating carbs. Bad habits might be, like sitting on the couch and watching TV or being on social media all day. I don't like saying that because I want you guys to be on here to see me, but at the same time, if you're spending, 7-8 hours on social media during the day, that's not conducive to your health. And when people start saying, I don't have time for this and I don't have time for that, well, that's the bait that you can eliminate that. There's some things that you can eliminate and they'll free up time in your life, and you just have to figure out what that is. Some people, need to improve in other aspects of their life. Maybe it's you want to have more friends, and you're trying to figure out how to get a better social life. And there's other people that are struggling with that too. Maybe you have financial issues, and you're trying to figure out how to start your own business. Hey, there's people in our group that are like that too, and I love business, so I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help wherever you guys have questions. This stuff, this still blows me away. It really does. This young lady here, it's like she came to me and you would have thought that she was pregnant, and I know some of you women get asked that, and it's one of those things that it's got to be so embarrassing for someone to ask you if you're pregnant and you're not. Obviously if you are and someone asks, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're not pregnant and someone's asking you if you're pregnant, it's basically they're saying, hey, look at how fat you are. Your belly's sticking out, and that's gotta be. I feel terrible when I hear those stories, and I hear it a lot. When I was in school, they told us, and this was my first rotation was in OBGYN. And so we were delivering babies, and they said, even on the OBGYN floor, you never, ever ask a woman if she's pregnant unless you have a pregnancy test. Never. And that's just, I guess, standard protocol, I guess, in society. It's something you don't ask. You don't ask. But when those women get asked those questions, it's got to be, humiliating. And I just hope that I can help them to avoid those situations, even if it's just once, twice. You know, it kills your uh, the ability to have self worth. You know, when you feel like you're not worth anything, or you feel like you're being put down, or you're not getting out of this what you want. And when you're ready to change your life, you just have to make a decision. And it's a decision to start making better decisions. Okay, and what does that mean exactly? Your success is not going to be off of one huge decision that you make. Your success is going to be off of making the small decisions better. So when you are next tasked with what am I going to eat, the decision has to be better. And what does that mean? I don't know what your situation is, so I don't know what that means to you. But it's a progressive getting better. So maybe that means that you need to start meal prepping. You need to start planning more and being prepared to eat better. That's the first thing that really changed my life, is when I started preparing. If you prepare to succeed, you will succeed. If you don't prepare, then it's like a plan for failure. You have to have some type of plan, even if it's a basic idea, plan in your mind, but it's got to be something. And if you don't have the plan, start following other people that do have a plan and do what they do. Because it's not like you have to reinvent the wheel. It is not like that. These people you've seen for years now that are coming through our channel and making their improvements and getting better through liposuction. You've seen it for years. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is follow the path. And these individuals have had multiple procedures. They've changed their lifestyle habits. They've learned how to use the law of attraction in their favor. And they've learned how to slowly improve their life and get better and live their best life now. And that's what this is all about. And I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that I'm throwing out the bait here. I'm hoping that this 20% will encourage some individuals to stop putting off for tomorrow what you could do today. And if none of you recognize that was a quote from Popeye back in the 80s. You remember that, Granville?
I remember Popeye, yeah.
Yeah,
the movie.
Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. So, and the point is with that is that I think a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines. They're sitting on the bench and they're like, I'm gonna get this sometime. I'm gonna do it sometime in the future. I really want this, but I gotta do this first. I gotta do that first. Or I don't have the money exactly lined up at this point, or whatever you're, ultimately it's an excuse. But whatever it is, if you want it, then you got to figure out how to make it happen. And a lot of times what I do, this is like that carrot, right? So you're gonna get a big discount, and so you'll save a lot of money if you can take action. If you can take action, that's who this is for. It's to get the people that are ready to take action on their life and change. Because the people that don't take action, they never change. And I know that, and that's okay. This isn't right for everybody, and some people, they're just not able to make those decisions. And it's just a matter of it's not your time. But when it's your time, and this is just one of those catalysts. There's those carrots that's just is baiting you. Just when you're ready, if this is the time, this is your moment, take advantage of this, because this getting rid of this big belly, it changes so much. It changes so much. I mean, look at these pictures. This is only the front of the belly right here. And when I say only the front of the belly, that's it's not only. This is a huge dramatic change, and we do a lot. It takes a lot to make this happen. And we cover a large area. We remove a significant amount of fat. Makes a huge dramatic change. But this is the front of the belly. This is what we're talking about here. These larger individuals, we can take care of the front of the belly and make that fold go away. So what does that mean? What are the benefits? What does that mean for these people? You see pictures, but what does that actually mean to their life? How does their life change? Well, one of the things that I always point out is look at this. Look at the face. Everybody likes to look at the belly, but look at the face. Look at how she looked before, and look how she looked after. The smile says it all, and it's not this person. Pay attention. Go look at the pictures. The smiles afterwards. That's what it's all about. whatever you're doing, you're looking to feel better about yourself. And then the question is, how do you get to that feel better? So maybe this is part of the equation. Maybe liposuction can help move you in that direction. So when this belly goes away, how does that improve your life? So reducing your blood pressure, getting healthier, decreasing your diabetic profile, so your blood sugars improve. If you're already pre-diabetic, maybe we can get it to the point where it's not an issue anymore. Maybe you can get off medications altogether. High cholesterol, liposuction will reduce the cholesterol. Your mobility, having that big belly in front of you, it helps. It's difficult to move, right? And it's difficult to go up and down stairs. A lot of girls say that they're out of breath. I mean, imagine you're just carrying around all this excess weight, causes back pain. So getting rid of that belly, it significantly improves the mobility, allows you to be more functional, do more, and as you do more, you'll get more active, and it'll naturally occur. You won't be so tired where you have to sit on the couch all the time or have to be sedentary all the time. But if you want to live a more active life, you have to get more active. And it's the thing that sucks about this is that it's like front loaded, where you have to work harder in the beginning because as you're gaining endurance, it's going to be difficult. So whether that's walking more, whether you can get into jogging or swimming or whatever activity you like to do. Someone the other day said she likes to play tennis. Someone said that she likes to go out and play volleyball with her family. Whatever you like to do. I'm a soccer player, so I like to play soccer. But it doesn't have to be the gym. Most people are so like, well, I can't get to the gym, so I can't lose weight. But that's bullshit. You don't have to go to the gym. In fact, I'll just tell you right now, I haven't been to a gym in almost a decade. No, it probably hasn't been that long, but let's say 6, 7 years. I haven't been to a gym. And I haven't lifted weights in 6 or 7 years. And what I've been able to do is I've been able to use body weight exercises to accomplish all the strengthening that I need. I mean, ultimately, we just need to be able to function and live within our body. So I don't have to be able to, bench press 300 pounds. I don't need that anymore. When I was in high school or in college, it was something that was important to me, but I don't have to do that stuff. I just need to be able to push myself up. I need to be able to stand up from sitting positions. I need to be able to go up and down stairs. I need to be able to jump and, do the things that allow me to function as a human. Because that's the whole point, right? We need to function as a human. So I found that yoga, there's various techniques of yoga that I utilize for strengthening. And in addition, the yoga brought to me was the flexibility, is something that I had never really worked on in the past. But flexibility, in what I'm finding, is in my life, it's probably more important than the strength. And the reason for that is that when you're more flexible, you're capable of doing more. And that's the cool thing. And to me, it's almost like a superpower when you have capabilities, right? When you lose the belly, all of a sudden you have capabilities. You have like powers. You have the ability to do things. Then the question is, what are you going to do? That's a big question. What are you going to do once you have these capabilities? Once you have this power, this superpower to actually do things, what are you going to do with it? And that's the difference between the people that excel and the people that slip back into their old behaviors. If you want to excel in life, you have to be grateful for what you have and start utilizing what you have and pushing yourself to these new limits. Another picture, same individual. Now these are at 7 weeks post-op. But again, seeing that belly, that hanging belly go away is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it could happen for you. But I can tell you for sure, those who don't go through the process do not get the results. Those who don't go through the process do not get the results. These results are not from losing weight, they're not from weight loss surgery, and they're not from tummy tucks. This is liposuction only. That's it. So All other procedures are going to have different results. A tummy tuck looks different. Looks different. You got this big scar. The belly button looks different afterwards because you have the scar. It's different. The shaping is different with a tummy tuck. It's not the same. If you choose to go with diet and exercise, and do it the traditional way, I guess they might say it, the results are not the same. When you lose weight, naturally, the skin doesn't retract back as well. Liposuction causes the skin to retract back. The body responds to the traumatic event. So when we do liposuction, we physically remove the fat. It traumatizes the skin, which then causes the body to contract and tighten and create scar tissue. And that's where we can get these bellies to retract back so well. It's not rocket science. It's not that, we're doing magic. It's just that I figured out how to do things that were counterintuitive to other doctors. And so I tried techniques that were different. And in trying things that are different, I was able to come across these amazing results. And I got it once, I got it twice, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. How am I doing this? So I started examining it more, and I figured out the techniques. I figured out how I was doing it, and I figured out how to reproduce. That's the key, is how do we reproduce these results and get them every time? Because it's not good enough to just get it once or twice. It's not good enough there. I have to do it every single time, consistently on every patient. And until we're able to reach that goal, then I'm going to keep pushing. And I think that we can help a lot of people in the time being. And now that I have Kale on board, we're being able to be more productive, help more people, and it enhances the whole experience. It's not just me, it's the whole team. Okay, how long is the deal available? So the deal is there's 20% on the front of the abdomen, and the deal is that you're supposed to place the deposit by the end of this month. So before the end of the year, you place your 25% deposit, and then we would like you to have the procedure in January. However, I'm not so hard pressed on that, and we will push back to February if you guys need it. Partially the reason why I've decided to do that is because I have created limited times in January because of my schedule. So we will push that back and allow you to schedule in February if you choose. Okay, Gigi, I had the Lipo 360 bra rolls and arms with you. What areas can I get done if I want to do fat transfer now? Well, that's a good question, and I'd have to see pictures of you, Gigi. Obviously in this live, I don't have those, and I'm not sitting at my computer now. But just, get the consultation, and you can send in pictures, and, you and I can talk directly. Like, I'm a master at finding fat. I find it everywhere, and I'm able to get it out. So if you have it on you, I'm sure I could figure it out and do what's right for your body. Typically I like to do the fat transfer when we do the fat transfer. I'm assuming you're talking to the butt, but you may be talking to the breasts. If we've treated your upper body and your waist, that means that theoretically you still have fat on your lower body and your thighs. So that might be where we would start looking. I don't like to go back in the same areas that we've treated previously because I've already gotten out the majority of the fat there, so it's usually a lot less productive. Okay, had 2 consultations here in San Diego, and since I had kids, they said the same tummy tuck required. Yeah, that's sending me to step 1, and I'm not that fluffy. Well, it's like I said. I mean, if you follow me long enough, you're going to hear the same story over and over because I've heard the story thousands of times. It's unbelievable that these and it's not just one doctor. It's not just like San Diego. It's like all over the country. These plastic surgeons, they must teach us shit in school or on their training or something. But they're teaching them, and they're all saying the same thing, and it's really, really frustrating. So just because you have a kid does not mean you need a tummy tuck. Just because your belly's hanging over does not mean you need a tummy tuck. Your skin does retract back. You will not be left with an empty sack of skin. You don't see not a single one, not a single one is left with an empty sack of skin. In the ways that you're thinking, just imagine this: like your belly hangs because of gravity. Gravity's pulling down. What is it pulling down? It's pulling down all that volume, right? But we take out that volume, and now there's nothing for it to pull down on. It's just skin. So what does your skin do? It retracts back. It tightens up. It gets smaller. It's every single time. Every single time. The difference between individual to individual is just going to be how much. How much is it going to tighten up? What's your skin quality before? Everybody will have a slightly different potential. However, nobody needs a tummy tuck. Nobody needs a tummy tuck. It's something that you want. If you want a tummy tuck, it's a different story. It's a totally, you got to follow those words, right? You don't need it. You want it. If you want it, great. If you don't want it, you don't have to get it, because there's other options, and that's what we're offering. There's other options, and I think, to me, it's like it's empowering you to feel like, hey, you have choices. You don't have to succumb to the bullshit that they tell you. You don't have to, because now there's options. And then when you go into these consultations and you hear the bullshit that they tell you, you say, oh, Trevor said that this is bullshit. You'll remember. And I hope if you remember and it's confirmation now you need to come back to me, because I can help. Okay? And that's why I'm telling you these things. I can help you. And I don't know that there's other people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. There might be. I don't know that there are. I haven't seen any pictures of people that are doing the same type of stuff that we're doing, getting the same type of results. I haven't seen any pictures of people that are helping larger patients with larger volume liposuction, getting rid of that hanging belly. I haven't seen that. Perhaps it's out there. I just haven't seen it. So if you choose not to go to My Shape Lipo, you choose not to have myself or Kale do your liposuction, that's fine. I mean, we can't help everybody, but at the same time, you have to realize what you're getting yourself into, and you have to do research in a way that you know what you're getting yourself into. Because the worst thing, I hate to see this, is when people, they decide not to have the procedure for whatever reason. Like maybe you're out of state and you don't want to travel or whatever the case, and those people, when they get procedures from somewhere else, and then a few years later, I get we get a message or whatever, they want a consultation and say, well, I wish I would have gone with you, but I chose to go with this other guy, and I didn't get the results that I wanted, so now I'm here to fix it. It hurts my heart to hear that. I really don't like hearing that from people, because I can empathize with them and put myself in their shoes, and I can imagine that if I spent a bunch of money on a procedure, and I didn't get the results that I wanted, it would suck to have to pay again to do the exact same thing. It's frustrating. So I don't want that to happen to you. I want to help you, and that's my philosophy is in the way that I do things. I'm just trying to give the best that I can to people, and I hope it's good enough. And if I share these stories enough, I think the word will get out there that it's possible for you to do things different. You don't have to get the tummy tuck. See, did the expedited consultation with you guys already. All right, cool. You're on the right track. So let's see, is it 20% off the top and the bottom? Yeah, so it's the entire front of the abdomen. So we're talking, the area that we're talking about would be just below the breast line. So if you lift your breast up, it's gonna be a natural endpoint right here. Down below, if you lift that belly up, the natural fold down there. If you have a C-section scar, typically it'll fold right at the C-section scar, so we go right up to that point. On the sides, when you turn sideways, if you follow the roll on the bottom, you follow that roll around towards the side, it'll go to about right here. And so that's about how wide we go on the front of the abdomen. This is about how wide we go. And that's gonna take, if you can imagine, everything in the front here. All the stuff that's hanging in front, and typically, like if you have your breasts here and your belly sticking out here, that's not a good thing. You need to get it to where your belly's in here and your breasts are sticking out in front. So that's the goal with treating the front of the abdomen. It brings your proportions back into a more appealing shape, and it puts the focus, instead of on the belly, the focus goes onto the breast. And I know that there's a lot of these women that are like, they have these bigger bellies and they pulling their pants up and they're wearing their pants like way up high. And you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to do that. But yeah, so back to the 20% is the full abdomen from the breast all the way onto the natural endpoint, and then all the way to where the fold goes onto the side. So it goes very wide. On some individuals, it has to be wider in order to take care of that entire front. The goal is to get rid of that whole fold in the front, so we have to go wide enough to get that entire fold. And again, everybody's a little bit different. That's why the prices are going to be variable from one person to another. Obviously, larger individuals take a lot more effort and work and supplies, and there's a lot more issues. So we have to do everything and accommodate what's fair. Is there a certain weight one has to be to get the 360 lipo in one session? It's not about weight. Is it Aisha? It's not about weight, because everybody carries their weight a little bit different. It's quite bizarre. I try to categorize people by that kind of stuff, and that's why we don't do the BMI stuff, because you just can't categorize everybody. They're all different. I've had patients that were 225, but the way that they carried their weight, that's like the upper border of where I would do 360. But in most cases at 225, they have such a big belly on the front of the abdomen, we have to do the front of the abdomen separate. So it just depends on how you carry your weight. Flip side, I've had patients that were 180 pounds, but yet they carry everything on the front of the belly, and it's like elongated, it's wide, it's deep, and we have to separate it out. On the other hand, we have patients that are 180 pounds, they carry their weight such that it's more even, their belly's barely even folding over, and we're able to do the full 360. So it's all different. I wish I could give really like generic recommendations for everybody, but it doesn't work that way, because everyone's different. So if you're really serious about this, you got to get the consultation, and with the consultation, I'll be able to evaluate your situation, explain exactly what I intend to do, and help you make a decision on what's right for you. But you have to look at this as a journey here and realize that it's not something that you don't have to do it all at once, and you don't have to get everything all at once, because even when you finish, you still have to keep going with your lifestyle changes. So it's not like in doing it all at once, you're gonna now not have to do other things. You still have to do the other things. You still have to recover. You still have to you start eating right. You still have to do more exercise. You have to keep up with the habits and the disciplines. What's up, Jackie? You liking your pictures? I saw that. No, so the 20% off is the front of the abdomen. So however many areas it is on the front of your abdomen, it's everything included in the front of the abdomen. And again, when I say however many areas, again, we have larger individuals that their belly's like elongated and hanging way down. So it's clearly it's more areas. We have people that are wider, so we have to go multiple areas wide. And we do large patients, but this is who we're helping. And I want to help, so that's why I'm suggesting that on the front of the abdomen, the 20% off, because I want to help make a difference in those people. Yeah, Jackie says, stop questioning and go get it done. You will not regret it. Yeah, Danny. So you can see. So if you want some general ideas, the generic pricing is $12.99 per area, and the size of an area is about the size of your hand. But look at my hand. Okay, right? I'm about 180 pounds, and I'm not fat. Okay, but I have an upper abdomen, lower abdomen. Okay, so that would be two areas. Okay, but some individuals, they are wider, so they have like this, and then they're longer. Okay, so and they have 6 areas on the front of the abdomen. Not only that, when they turn to the side, they have a deep layer. So which means that we need to go wider. So they have an area here, there's people that are very, very large. And we're doing this obviously through pictures, so it's a guesstimate. We're guessing on how many hands. And in most cases, we're very generous. So you can kind of get an idea from that However, it's not accurate unless we give you the quote, right? So you'll get an idea, but um, you know, get the quote, the consultation. That's the way to go. Is it possible to get rid of back rolls? Yes, it is. And if you give Granville a second, I'm sure he's going to be posting some pictures. There you go. These are rolls upon rolls upon rolls. And this young lady had phenomenal results. I know she was super happy. And it's fun to be a part of her life. But this is something that will make it so women wear baggier clothes because you don't want to see the ba-dum, if you know what I'm talking about. That ba-dum, those rolls, you don't want to see that. And because you don't want to see it, you start wearing baggier clothes. Or you'll wear compressive clothes underneath and then, looser clothes on top. And these are techniques that women do to cover up and hide. And I'm sure, there's probably other tricks that you guys have. But what I'm going to suggest is that you don't have to do that anymore. You really don't have to. And what could that mean to your life to not have to do those things, and not only to not have to do them, but not even have to think about doing them. And that's I think the biggest benefit is that you just don't even have to think about how you have to hide anymore. It leaves your mind, and now that space that you had in your mind where you were worrying about all that crap is now open for you to have different thoughts. Now the question is, what thoughts are you going to have in that space? What are you going to do with that? Are you going to utilize that to improve yourself, or are you going to stay focused on something else that's bad? Because a lot of people, what they'll do is, like, we fix one problem and they just shift their anger and whatever, they shift it to another problem. Like, okay, well, I fixed my stomach, but I hate my back. Or I fixed this, but I hate that. Or I fixed this problem, but I'm still not where I want to be. And when your thought process is that you're always in the back, you never have your wins. You have to celebrate your little wins, and then keep looking for what's better. Keep improving, but celebrate those little wins and be happy with their improvement. And for me personally, as long as I'm improving and getting better, I feel good about myself, and my confidence is high because I feel like I'm better than I was yesterday. And if I felt good yesterday and I'm better than I was yesterday, I should be good today, right? And that's kind of the basic mental structure of just constant improvement. And as long as I do the things that I know that only I can do to improve myself, as long as I get those done every day, I feel good. Now, what are those things that only I can do? Okay, my vitamins and supplements, I'm the only one that can take them, so I have to be responsible for that. Exercise, I'm the only one that can exercise my body. No one else is going to do it for me, so I got to do that every day. I drink water, right? I'm the only one that's gonna tell myself, hey, you need to drink water. No one else is gonna tell me. I need to keep myself accountable, so I make sure I do that every day. I love to read. I know that I have to advance my mind and the knowledge base, and so reading, I've made it a habit. I read an hour every single day. Now, I don't like to read physical books, so I listen. I listen to books, and you can too. You can choose whatever you want. You can also do this through like YouTube videos, but it's something educational. You have to advance your mind in some way. I choose to do it an hour a day, but you can do less. It's up to you. You got to figure out something that's going to work for you. That's just, you're advancing that aspect of your mind. What else do I do? I also I try to work out and stretch, and I like to move, some type of movement like walking. So I'll go walk around my neighborhood. It's about 3 or 4 miles. So those are the basic things that I like to do personally that help me advance. And once I get that stuff done, everything else is gravy. Like, I take care of my business stuff, and as long as I take care of my other stuff, business things, everything kind of falls into place. Your work, everything will fall into place. And the cool thing is like, you don't feel regrets. You don't feel like you should be doing something. No, as long as you take care of the most important things to you that only you can do, you feel good and you relax. You start living your life, and improving yourself steps your game up to another level, because then you will become the inspiration to someone else. And that's where, when you get to that point, when you are having success to the point where someone else is inspired, that's when it really starts getting more exciting, in my opinion. It's fun when you can inspire and change other people, because that's where you feel like you are making a difference in the world around you, even if it's just one person. I had my weight loss and workout phase in my life, and when people come to me and they tell me years later that I inspired them to start working out, or to start getting in shape, or to start becoming healthier, that I inspired them through my actions, that's gratifying for me. And it makes me just realize the impact that I have, and the potential impact that I have, if I put forth the effort. And so that's a big part of why I get on these lives now, is because I know that even with the liposuction, so I can do the liposuction, it's physical action. I can touch a few of you out there, right? A few of you are going to come in and get this procedure, and I can make an impact on your life, and hopefully it'll be a long lasting impact on your life. However, I know that with these words can inspire people, a lot more people. And even if you choose not to get liposuction, these words can inspire you to do other things and to change your life. And I'm just planting seeds all over the place. And what I mean by that is, I'm planting seeds of ideas and thoughts that in time they're going to grow and mature. And at some point, you're going to have success to the point where you feel almost like it's necessary to let me know, and let me know that I made the impact, that I was the catalyst in your life. And that's, to me, the people that have come to me and say those things, that to me is why I keep doing this, and why I want to do more of this. And what I mean by more of this is more of helping individuals to transform and change their lives and improve and live a healthier lifestyle. And if we're able to do that, then I feel like I'm doing the job. I'm doing the job that I need to do. Yeah, someone said about going to get a glass of water, making me thirsty just talking about it. We're about done here. A couple more questions if you have any. So I'm doing these lives. I've been as my habit, I've been creating here, trying to do these at least Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Kale, when he's available, will do some of these lives as well to answer some of your questions. But we just want to give you the opportunity to have a connection with us directly, to answer any of your questions or concerns, and just give you the exposure to what we do, and maybe connect with some of the previous patients that we've worked with, and see how they've been able to achieve their goals. When you're ready to change your life, when you're ready to make a difference, the next step is to schedule your consultation. On Facebook, it's up in the post there. We put it in the link. You can click on that link, upload photos. The expedited consultation, it's a $100 fee that'll be taken off your procedure costs if you decide to move forward. The deposit would need to be placed in order to lock in these savings. The deposit would need to be placed. 25% of your procedure costs would need to be put down before the end of this month. And we would like you to have the procedure in January, but if we need to push it back to February, we can do that as well. So I really appreciate you for jumping on here, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to what I'm saying, and I hope that I'm making an impact and making a difference in your life and helping you in some way. Please leave comments, share, tag some of your friends or family, anybody who you think has this big belly that they want to get rid of. Let them know. You got to share, pay it forward. Once you have this knowledge and information, you have to share it with other people, because this is how it spreads. And media, they won't let us show these pictures. They won't let us show these pictures on Facebook and Google, especially in the marketing sense. We're not allowed to show these things. So the word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So if you guys appreciate what we're doing and you think it's it's making an impact in people's lives, which it is, if you think it's making a difference, then you got to step up and help those around you, your loved ones that are struggling. I mean, even if this isn't the right thing for you, but people it's the right thing for, then let them know, because we're just trying to help, and the more people you can help, if it makes you feel better, right? How good is it going to feel when you tell your coworker, hey, you should go check this guy out at My Shape Lipo. That belly that you're embarrassed about all the time, he can take care of that for you. And then seeing her for the rest of your time, live her life better, all because of your recommendations. I think that's a good thing too, right? All this is just paying it forward. It's just helping out. You help out somebody else, and eventually, this stuff comes back to you. It's like law of attraction. You put the positive energy out there. All right, guys. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a Spanish question, Maria. She's asking what parts does it include 360 lipo. So all the way around the waistline. I wish I could say that in Spanish. Maria. Maria, we do consultations in Spanish. Yes, we do have Spanish speakers. Kale speaks Spanish. We also have multiple employees that speak Spanish, so they can help you out more than I can. I apologize. I love Mexico. That's one of the places we go. Many of our holidays. I'm a soccer player, so I wish I should know Spanish, right? So in order to figure out what areas you need for the 360 lipo, or what you need to get treated and to give you an accurate quote, you got to get that consultation. So you can click on the link up above for a consultation, and then if you need it in Spanish, we can arrange for that as well. And I see Stacy on Instagram saying that anybody who has any questions, they can reach out with her as well. So thank you for checking in here today and giving me some time. I appreciate you stopping in, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a fantastic weekend.